Listen carefully and do not rush past this moment. If you have felt a strange stillness before the storm, this is your stillness. If what held you yesterday suddenly feels loose in your hands, do not panic. Release is often the first sign, and before this day ends, someone hearing these words will recognize the exact instant the tide turns. You are standing at the thin line between what has been and what is becoming. I'm not asking you to pretend or to perform. I am asking you to notice what you have already begun to feel in quiet places, a pressure changing in the air, a rearranging you did not authorize, a pull toward the door you once thought was closed forever. This is not imagination. It is alignment. Pause and ask yourself, without dramatics and without fear, if the answer were already on its way, what would shift inside your chest right now? Let that small loosening be your first proof. You do not need spectacle to know the wind has changed. You need honesty. You have prayed. You have waited. You have asked whether heaven heard a single word. The answer did not disappear. It matured. It was stored where harm could not reach it, timed for a season you could survive. The delay you held against yourself was not denial. It was design. The one who began your story is not startled by the chapter you are in. He is the beginning and the end. He is not late. He is exact. Long before you named this struggle, the verdict over it was written. Victory precedes the battle for those who walk by promise, not by panic. Consider how quickly a life can turn when timing meets destiny. A prisoner wakes a ruler. An orphan becomes a queen. A shepherd is anointed while others are still counting heads that do not matter. The pattern is not romance, it is governance. When purpose collides with its appointment, transitions do not ask permission. You have felt the ache of the process. Say it plainly, it hurt. But pain is not the measure of truth, and tears are not evidence of defeat. The tears you thought were wasted are receipts. You will need them to tell the story correctly when the door swings wide, and people ask why the room already fits you. Do not despise the rooms that closed. A closed room with your name on it at the wrong time is a trap. A closed room without your name at the right time is protection. The refusal you took personally was a redirect heaven signed to keep you from a lesser future. Everything you endured was an apprenticeship. The weight trained your spine. The silence trained your hearing. The loneliness trained your motives. Gold does not argue with the fire that prepares it to hold a crown's reflection. Now listen closely. When God moves you, you must move like you were invited, not like you are trespassing. The old mind cannot carry the new season. You cannot worship what wounded you and still expect to heal. Release the vocabulary of failure. It does not belong in a room built for fulfillment. Do not rehearse the voice that said you would stay stuck. That voice has no jurisdiction over a future it did not author. You have outgrown that sentence. If you need a single clean line to stand on, let it be this. What God has ordained, no obstruction can annul. You will be tempted to negotiate with fear on the threshold. Decline the meeting. Fear is not a prophet. It is an echo of yesterday. You were not given a spirit of fear. You were given power to act, love to anchor you, and a sound mind to separate facts from lies. Faith is not noise. Faith is weight. It is the weight that tips the scale toward the unseen until the seen must comply. Faith does not ask the mountain to admire your effort. Faith instructs the mountain to relocate, hold your posture. The opposition you feel, the near breakthrough, is not new. It is loud. Noise is not evidence that you are wrong. Often it is confirmation that you are near. Stand through the last gust. Winds that strong do not last long. You will not drag yesterday's shame into tomorrow's work. Mercy is new each morning because purpose is refreshed each morning. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are the steward of your refining. Let the past be a tutor, not a warden. There will be signs and they will be simple. A piece that should not make sense will sit in your chest like a well-built chair. Patterns you keep noticing will stop being coincidences and start being directions. The right names will surface. The right doors will announce themselves. You will not have to pound. You will have to walk when the right door opens. Enter without apology. Take with you what the wilderness taught you: discipline, discernment, gratitude. Leave behind what captivity taught you: scarcity, suspicion, and the habit of bracing for impact. Blessings are not best carried by clenched fists. Expect responsibility to arrive with favor. Kingdom promotion is not a private trophy. It is a public assignment. You are blessed so you can build, healed so you can help, restored so you can repair. The gift is not smaller because it serves others. It is larger because it does. Choose your company with reverence. Not everyone can breathe at your new altitude, and that is not cruelty. Agreement matters. Some voices will always drag your eyes back to ground level. Let them bless you from a distance. Draw near to those who speak life, not flattery. Truth, not trend. Faith, not fear. You will feel two kinds of weight in this season. One is the holy weight of glory that steadies you where you stand. Keep it. The other is the old weight of anxiety that argues with every good thing. Drop it. Carry what makes you strong. Set down what makes you small. Begin to speak differently. Not as a performance, but as alignment. Death and life ride on the same tongue. Choose life deliberately. Call doors open that are ordained to open. Call resources into assignment, not into hoarding. Call your heart steady. Call your vision clear. When doubt tries to haggle, answer with memory. Remember the water from the rock. Remember the sea that parted. Remember the bread that multiplied. None of those stories were written to decorate a page. They were written to calibrate your expectation. If a step feels impossible, take the smallest step you can take today. Faith is not laziness. It is obedience. The river did not part until feet touched the water. The storm did not still until someone spoke. The miracle did not multiply until someone offered what little they had left. Do not be surprised if you wake in the night at a precise hour, or if a verse or a phrase follows you through the day, or if your heart steadies when you stand in a place that does not look special to anyone else. These are not party tricks. These are coordinates. When the inner room goes quiet and a peace settles that you cannot justify, stay there a little longer. Instruction loves a quiet room. Do not rush out to announce what you have not finished hearing. Be ready for the ordinary to carry the remarkable. A casual conversation will confirm what you prayed in secret. A small email will become the hinge of a large door. A short yes will redeem a long season. Do not despise small hinges. They swing heavy gates. You are not obligated to explain your every move to people who never intended to understand your assignment. Move clean, move kind, move on. Gratitude is not decoration. It is architecture. Build your day with it. Thank God before the answer appears in full view. Gratitude is how you hold a blessing when your hands are still empty. It is how you refuse to let scarcity write your tone. If laughter rises in a hard week, do not silence it. Joy is strength. It does not deny reality. It denies despair the final word. Let joy be a protest and a preview. Guard your focus as if it were currency, because it is. Distraction is expensive. You cannot purchase peace and price your attention cheaply. Put your phone down when wisdom walks into the room. Protect the hour that feeds your soul. The work will wait. The window will not. There is no need to race strangers on roads that are not yours. You are not late. You are tailored. Divine timing is not slow. It is surgical. As doors open, humility must grow, not shrink. Influence without integrity collapses under its own applause. Remember why you wanted the door in the first place: to honor God, to serve people, to do right work. Well, keep that order. If a thought returns that says you are not enough, answer it plainly. No one was ever called because they were already qualified. Calling qualifies. Grace supplies. Obedience multiplies. When pressure rises, breathe and ask one honest question. What is the next faithful step? Not the next famous step. Not the next impressive step. The next faithful one. Take it, then the next, and do not despise the quiet rhythm by which miracles arrive. There will be days that feel like nothing changed. That is when roots are working. Seeds do not advertise. Trust the hidden season. What breaks the surface later will justify the silence now. If you need a rule to carry into the morning, carry this one. Refuse to curse what God is still forming. Do not label incomplete work as failure. Reserve your judgment until the potter finishes the wheel. You are leaving survival speech. You are adopting builder speech. Builders do not ask whether a foundation matters. They check it. So check yours daily: prayer, scripture, counsel, rest. Strong walls do not stand on tired hearts. Honor your body. Exhaustion is not a medal. It is a message. Sometimes the holiest thing you can do is sleep. Rest is not quitting. It is sharpening. Expect opposition not as a sign you are wrong, but as a sign you are visible. Darkness resists light, especially near the switch. You do not have to swing at every shadow. You are promised that the Lord fights for you while you keep your posture. Breathe once and let your shoulders drop. If you knew the next right door was already unlocked, how would you walk today? Walk like that. The person you are becoming is already trying to stand up inside you. Give them the floor. Give them your voice. Give them your schedule. Begin by blessing what once broke you. Say it softly. I release what I cannot carry, and I welcome what is mine by promise. That sentence is not poetry. It is permission. Permission for your mind to stop negotiating with fear. Permission for your hands to build again without shaking. Permission for your future to come forward without apology. Look closely at your day. There is a conversation you have delayed because you feared rejection. Make it. There is a small task that keeps rolling to tomorrow. Finish it now. There is a room that steals your focus every time you walk past it. Clear it. Order is not cosmetic. It is spiritual. When you put your environment in order, your mind stops spending energy searching for what is not lost. If you need a sign that you are safe to proceed, consider the peace that keeps visiting you at odd hours. Peace is a visitor from the place your answer already lives. When it sits with you, pay attention. Write what you hear. Pray what you write. Act on what you prayed. That is the cycle that turns a whisper into a result. You will notice a subtle exchange happening inside your language. You will stop saying if and start saying when. You will stop saying someday and start saying today. You will stop asking whether you are worthy and start asking how to steward what is coming. Worthiness is not a riddle you must solve. It is a verdict you must accept. If the thought returns that too much time has passed, answer it calmly. Time does not command promise. Promise instructs time. Restoration is not a rewind, it is a recreation. What returns does not come back fragile. It comes back fortified, scaled to your present strength, suited to your current calling. Some relationships will not cross this next threshold with you. That is not punishment. Gravity changes at new altitudes. People who loved you at one level may not understand you at another. Bless them without bitterness. Release them without speeches. Your assignment is not to convince everyone. Your assignment is to be faithful with what you were actually given. Practice small courage until it becomes your posture. Answer honestly when a door requires a yes. Say no without essays when the distraction demands your weekend. Courage is not a feeling. It is a pattern of choices that teaches your nervous system you are safe in obedience. The more you choose it, the quieter fear becomes. Set your table for what you asked for. If you prayed for work, polish your tools. If you prayed for clarity, empty your calendar long enough for wisdom to land. If you prayed for provision, prepare a clean ledger so you can account for it with integrity. Heaven often waits for signals that the room is ready. Guard your mornings like they are sacred ground. Before the world makes its demands, place your day in order. Speak life out loud, not to impress anyone, but to instruct your atmosphere. Say plainly, I walk in favor. I choose the next faithful step. I lay down panic and pick up peace. Your mouth is a gate. Open it toward blessing. Expect temptation at the threshold. The old patterns will invite you back with urgent tones. They will offer the sugar rush of outrage, the comfort of delay, the counterfeit intimacy of complaint. Decline with dignity. You are not starving. You are stocked with patience, discipline, and a future that does not require theatrics. When the door opens, and it will, enter with clean hands. Leave sarcasm, self-sabotage, and comparison at the coat rack. Bring gratitude in a notebook. Favor moves fast. You will want to write while it is moving. Opportunities that match your preparation will not ask you to pretend. They will ask you to be precise. Do not wait for applause to confirm obedience. Results arrive in stages. Roots first, then stem, then leaf, then fruit. The unseen portion is not failure. It is formation. Keep watering. Keep showing up. Keep choosing the quiet yes that no algorithm can measure and no critic can cancel. Remember how to breathe when pressure spikes. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. While you breathe, ask one question. What is the next faithful step? Not the next viral step. Not the next dramatic step. The next faithful one. Take it, then take the next. Obedience compounds. If an old memory tries to bruise your stride, forgive again. Forgiveness is not agreement with harm. It is agreement with freedom. Each time you release the debt you cannot collect, you collect a peace you could not buy. Peace spends well in hard seasons. Keep your counsel clean. 2 or 3 wise voices are worth more than 20 loud opinions. Seek people who ask you better questions, not people who sell you easier excuses. Wisdom is an accelerant. It shortens detours and lengthens fruitfulness. Mind your inputs. What you watch, read, and scroll will either feed your calling or pickpocket your focus. Choose content that builds your backbone and sharpens your sight. The future you are building deserves a disciplined gatekeeper. Sow where you want to grow. Be generous with encouragement, time, and resources in the direction of your assignment. Generosity is not subtraction. It is strategy. Seed looks smaller than harvest because it is supposed to. Let the math of heaven work. Honor your rest. Fatigue counterfeits failure. Many people quit when they are tired and call it discernment. Sleep, then decide. Eat, then evaluate. Sometimes the miracle you need is 8 honest hours. If the night wakes you at a precise time, do not despise it. Sit up, breathe, and listen. Write whatever surfaces, even if it is one line. Pattern often precedes promotion. These small midnights are not interruptions. They are invitations. Mark small victories on paper. A mind under pressure forgets progress. Keep a list where you can see it. Prayers answered, help received, doors cracked open, strength returned. When doubt knocks, read the list aloud. Testimony is a shield. Refuse the drama of self-doubt. You are not the understudy in your own calling. The role was written with your voice in mind. Bring your craft. Bring your care. Bring your consistency. Excellence is not perfection. It is devotion to the right details. As influence grows, lower your center of gravity. Serve. Credit others. Take responsibility quickly and praise slowly. Influence preserved by humility outlives trends and survives storms. Do not confuse momentum with mania. You can move quickly and remain quiet inside. Pace yourself. Sprint when the window opens. Walk when wisdom says wait. Either way, keep facing forward. End each day with honest inventory. What did I do that aligned me with purpose? What did I allow that diluted me? What one adjustment will make tomorrow cleaner? Small course corrections prevent large collisions. Finally, stand up where you are and say this out loud, so your room hears it and remembers it tomorrow. I bless the path behind me. I accept the grace on me, and I step into the work before me with a steady heart. I move when God says move. I wait when God says wait. I finish what I start. This is how a shift becomes a story. Not with noise, but with 1,000 quiet choices that agree with what heaven already wrote. Keep going. The turn is closer than it feels, and when it comes, it will be clear, clean, and complete.